Hey everybody, I'm RetroPie Guy. Welcome to another episode of Forgotten Favorites, where we jump into some of our favorite retro video games that we may have forgotten about over the years. So for today's episode, we're going to jump into my absolute favorite retro video game of all time, and that's Gauntlet Legends. This was the sequel to Gauntlet 1 and 2, which were released in the 1980s to arcade. So this version was released in 1998 by Atari and Midway Games, and they put it out to the arcade first, and then the following year in 1999, they started porting it out to the home consoles. So it was released then on N64, PlayStation, as well as Dreamcast. So now if you have the option to play this game, and you're going to go with the home console versions because typically the original arcade version just doesn't work well with different emulation platforms, I would recommend going with Dreamcast. That's the version that we're going to dive into today. It has the best graphics and the gameplay is pretty much identical to that of the original arcade version. The PlayStation version is absolutely terrible. It's completely watered down to the point where the characters and just the gameplay in general is almost unrecognizable to that of the original version or the Dreamcast version. The N64 version isn't bad, but it's a little bit pixelated. If you're picky like I am, then definitely go with the Dreamcast version. And you can play that with pretty much any controller that you want. So you can customize that experience to whatever you prefer. So we're going to dive into this today. We're going to take a look at the gameplay. I'm going to show you guys around the different character options and just introduce you to this game if you haven't yet experienced it. So let's jump into it.
In an ancient time, a greedy young mage, using the power of the rune stones, released a great evil upon the world. This demon, Scorn, fearing the power of the rune stones, cast them to the far reaches of the four mystical realms in hope that they will never again be assembled and used against him. No one has dared try. Until now.
Alright, so on Gauntlet Legends, we actually have a bunch of different characters that we could choose from. So the original arcade version only had 4, but the home console versions have a whole bunch of additional ones. So we're just going to scroll through here real quick. So you could be the wizard, you could be the archer, the dwarf, the knight, the sorceress, the jester, and the warrior. And then you can also be Valkyrie. So you can also change colors too. So if you scroll through the different colors here, you can see that it changes the overall appearance quite a bit. So I'm going to jump in here as the blue warrior. That was always my go-to. So select that. And now you actually come to the tower, which is like your home base. If we walk around here, you'll see we have all these different colors here, and these are actually different realms. So they're different sections of the game. And we actually start here in the red, which is going to be the first one, and you can see here we have 6 different portals, and each portal is a different level. So each of these realms that you go into has 6 levels, and then you face the boss. So we're going to jump into the first one here. And you face different people, different challenges in each of these realms. So this is the Valley of Fire. So all the bad guys actually come out of these little portals here, and you have to close the portals, otherwise they'll just keep coming.
Destroy generators to stop enemies.
Generators, they call them, not portals.
Save keys to open doors and chests. Fire ambulance. Extra
So now there's different chests and barrels, and each one has different power-ups inside. But you have to be careful because there can also be poison inside, or death, which is like a Grim Reaper that sucks 100 of your health. So you can see that that power-up gave me the flaming axe there. And I also got the speed power-up, so I'm running much quicker. So throughout the game you have to collect 12 rune stones. So this is one of them right here. This is the very first one. And you'll notice in the bottom left corner there where it says warrior, I actually just collected one of those. And as you go through the gameplay, you'll collect all of those, and each one will kind of populate in there. So that was a special move. And I also hit the magic, which wipes out everybody in your immediate area. So it's a really convenient and handy power-up to use. And you get those in chests and barrels as well. So another cool thing about these generators is if you just hit them a couple times and don't completely close them, the guys will actually get smaller. So I'll show you on this one here. So if I just hit that and I leave it open, notice how the guys coming out are much smaller now. So you definitely want to close them all the way, but sometimes if you just close them a little bit, at least you'll get a little break from the larger guys in there that come out. So on the bottom left corner there where it says Warrior, you'll notice a little bar, a power bar that goes across the top. So when that goes all the way across and lights up all the different colors, you'll actually get a power-up, which is like a fire streak that comes out and it wipes out everybody right in front of you. And then if you fill it up only halfway, you get that power-up that kind of wipes out everybody, you know, in your immediate area. So both of them come in really handy when you're just getting bombarded with these guys.
Rapid fire.
So there's the mild one that was about mid-level. That just kind of circles around and kills everybody right around you. The other one you have to wait for a little bit longer, so I'll demo that one next once I get that whole power strip lit up. Wipe that guy out real quick because he keeps hitting with the arrows. And I'll come back for these little guys that are much easier. One hit with the axe and they all pretty much go down.
Phoenix familiar.
So this little Phoenix here is an awesome power-up because you'll notice, watch when I throw the axe, he actually throws a little fireball. So he definitely comes in really handy. So at the end of each level you'll hit another portal that will actually take you back to the tower. And in between levels, you'll come to this screen here. This gives you all of your gold, kills, and experience throughout that level. So as you accumulate gold from chests and barrels, you can come in here between levels and buy some power-ups. So it's only been one level, so I don't really have a whole lot to purchase with yet. But I recommend holding off and using those, though, for the bosses at the end of, you know, the 6 levels.
Dagger peak.
So throughout the different levels, you'll face some different adversaries, but for the most part, you're going to see the same guys in each of these realms. So I think the next level we start seeing some different guys. This one's pretty much the same. So I just gained a level, and the cool thing about this game is you can keep advancing through different levels with your character, and he just gets better and better throughout. So that is the full power-up. It's called Plasma Trail for a Warrior. I think it's a little bit different for some of the other characters. I know the Wizard has like a skull that he shoots instead of the fire like Warrior does here. So that was a cheap barrel, nothing in it. So I went this way. It takes a little bit longer, but I don't lose one of the keys. So you want to try to preserve the keys as much as you can. So you can see there in the bottom left corner, I have 4 keys currently. So see that first one there, which I'm not going to grab, is poison, so we don't want that one. That'll take life away from us. So I just got a growth power up, so you can see that I'm much larger than all these dudes that I'm facing here. And it makes it easier to kill them too. So that's actually death right there. So I'll show you because I have full health. Basically, you can run away from him, but he eventually catches you. He just takes 100 life away from you. So it's not a big deal if you have a lot of life available, but if you're in a position where you're at the end of a level, maybe you just got your ass kicked for a while, he can definitely take that last 100 health from you real quick. So you want to try to avoid them at all costs. So that again is my bigger power-up special move, Plasma Trail. So I believe the end. So this is X-ray glasses. This actually enables you to see inside the chests and barrels. So you don't have to worry about getting hit with death or poison. You could just skip opening those barrels or chests altogether, which with the chest is great because you're using a key to open it up, so you don't want to waste a key if you have the option to see what's inside there. If you're going to get poisoned or something like that, then obviously don't even bother with using the key. So this one was gold, so it was obviously worth it. So that's the end of level 2. So now we were through 2 different levels. So you can see here I have more gold. So I have a bunch of additional options where I can pick up some of these power-ups. And you would start the next level with all of those on hand. So it makes for a really much easier start to the next level. But again, I'm going to try to save those till I go against a boss at the end. So I'm going to hit exit. And we'll go back to the tower and jump into that 3rd portal and get into level 3.
You are now entering the Cliffs of Desolation.
So this one is where we start seeing some new characters. We have some scorpions here, which are more annoying than anything. They really don't do a whole lot of damage, but almost grabbed that poison there. That wouldn't have been good. Take the fruit instead. Wait for him to come up and just pick him up before he gets me. Let's see, what else? Same thing here. So it looks like a rune stone over there, which we're going to need to collect. Looks like it activates the bridge for later on in the level here. So we get back on track and continue on to our journey here. Grab the meat to power up the health. Luckily I got away from that. Those guys usually get you.
Limited invulnerability.
So that's invulnerability. So basically just is like a blanket armor and means that nobody's going to be able to harm you. Alright, so we'll go down here. Get some more fruit for health. And there's our rune stone. We want to make sure that we get all of those. Now if you miss anything along the way, you can go back to that tower and come back to a level. So if I just ran through this level and went down to the portal at the end, I would have obviously missed that rune stone. So at the end of the game, you need to have all of them, otherwise you're not able to face that final boss. So my special move there kind of opened this little area up. But there are some hidden areas that you need to find in some of these levels. So that one made it easy to discover just because I happened to hit it at the right time. But usually you have to kind of search for them. And you can just look for like imperfections in the walls. If something doesn't look right or looks a little funny, usually it's like a hidden area. So in that case, that's exactly what it was. So this is also a little hidden area here. You can see the difference. Let me just get rid of these guys real quick. You can see the wall in front of me I can't go through, but over here it opens up a little bit, and this is actually a little passage. So I'm on level 6 currently with Blue Warrior, and he just gets stronger, and you know, his attacks do more damage as you go. So it's always good to have higher levels. So I'm invisible right now. That was the last power up I grabbed, so I'm going to just try to get through this. Wipe out as many people as I can. I can still get damage, but they can't see me. So it certainly gives you an advantage if they can't see where you are. Alright, so we'll go, whoops. So there's another extra little room there, which we need to activate that little area there that opens up rooms and walls and all that good stuff. Alright, so we went that way. We gotta go this way now. Alright, so there is the final little area there. Final portal to get out of this level. Alright, so now we're into the cave. So here you can see we have some wild creatures after us. We got some like dinosaur looking, I don't even know what you call these guys. Let's see. So this is a little bit more like a maze. You have to kind of just circle around, and sometimes you end up back where you started. This is where it gets a little bit more challenging to navigate. And if you're impatient like I am, you hit pretty much all of these little volcanic bursts here. So this is where I started, so we just made a big circle. So now I just gotta go, let's see, the opposite way, right? So we'll go over here now, loop around. And you don't have to like get rid of everybody. You can just kind of bypass some of these little areas, but it's always good practice to just run through everything just to make sure you don't miss anything. You don't want to find out that you missed a runestone and then have to go back and replay that level all over again. So this is actually my favorite power-up three-way shot. And you'll notice here that it shoots 3 axes instead of 1. So I just opened up a room I didn't even know about. Pretty much accidentally there by just hitting it with the one of those third axes. And they seem to do more damage too. These red guys are actually shooting fireballs. So there's a little passage here.
Lightning breath.
Lightning breath. And there's also fire breath too. They're really quite convenient to use. Pretty much wipe everybody out that you hit with it instantly. Another little, oh, I didn't see that guy there. So that brings up a
Reflective shot.
reflective shot. Just launches your, bounces your thing around. So if I hit the wall there, it bounces off. Pretty much guaranteed to hit somebody.
Has gained a level.
Save myself time by just hitting that barrel, but of course I didn't. Alright, so I didn't even need to do any of that because this is where I needed to be the whole time. Wasted that because nobody was even around me. Alright, so here is the end, and we'll jump out of this level. So even more gold, experience, all that. I'm at level 8 right now with the Blue Warrior. So I'm going to hit exit again. Alright, so we're going to jump into level 5 now. So we jump into this portal.
You are now entering the Volcanic Cavern.
Now, the Volcanic Cavern is where this gets real. This is definitely one of the more challenging levels in Gauntlet Legends. Alright, so we're not going that way. So this one starts off pretty much the same as anything else. You know, you have the same guys we saw in the last level, but towards the end, they start kind of ganging up on you, and it definitely becomes super challenging here. So the best way to progress through this one is to kind of stay back and try to pick off guys from afar so you don't take too much damage, because you're going to need every bit of health that you can get. And then obviously be super cautious with barrels and whatnot. So there you go, there's a poison one right there. Alright, so we got a little shield at least, that'll help. Alright, so I see that there's a big rock guy right here, so with these guys, you want to kind of run away from them and hit them as they approach you, because when you get up close, they do exactly that. They pretty much kick your ass really quickly. There we go, got him with a special move. Take that key, keep it moving. Alright, so we got a runestone right here, we're gonna need that. And that's the third one here, so there's 3 per realm, so that should be the final one for all of this. Got my 3-way shot, my favorite power up, so that's good. Let's see. Alright, use this guy's help for sure. health there. Alright, see a guy throwing bombs, took care of him from far away. And that's really the best strategy for this particular level, is just try to get guys from far away, so you don't get up close and personal and start getting tuned up by them. Thought I had the full one there. Alright, so the reflective shield is great because it takes any shots that you take and deflects them right back at the creatures that are trying to attack you. So I just want to shut down their generator there to try to slow them down a little bit. All out of keys, of course. There's one over there. Alright, which one? There's 2 chests, only 1 key. Take it. Perfect. Alright, should be good here. Looks like we got a key that popped out of nowhere here, so we run over there and see if there's hopefully some health in that chest. Gold, I'll take it. So we have 656 for health here. Which seems like a decent amount, but realistically it's not a whole lot for this level, and you'll see in a minute why. You can't be making stupid mistakes like that, hitting the stupid little fire things. Took like 3 bombs there. I'll stay away from that. 596 health. Definitely need that. Alright. No more keys. Murdering me here. Alright, I got a key. Let me see if there's, hopefully, I don't want any more gold. I need some health in here. Alright, not bad. Oof. I don't think we turned that, did we? A little bit that he exploded himself over there. Alright, I'm gonna fall back a little bit here and try to... When they're all grouped together, it can be an absolute nightmare to actually get them all. At least we got the generator shut down. I think I'm still taking some arrows from the guy down there, but... Alright, it should be good now. Generator closed. Glad I didn't run towards that one. Alright, we need some more health. $3.99. Oh, we're good. I'll stay away from that. I'm gonna come back for that last portal there to get out of this, but let me see what's down here. Maybe we can get a quick little power up. Or no, nothing there. We activated that. Oh, little bonus area. Grab a key. So there are some little hidden areas, Easter eggs, if you will, here, and they give you a ton of different options to get like extra coins and stuff. You notice these coins have the Midway logo on them. So you can kind of charge and speed up your run, but it's really intermittent here, so definitely tough to get.
Time is running out.
Yeah, we know. Want that gold one. Got them all. Perfect. So we got all of those coins. That's awesome.
We're now entering the volcanic
So now we can just go back to that last portal, and then we'll jump into the last level. We should have a clear path here. Alright, so not too bad. 426 is the health we ended up with at the end. So, a lot of gold there. So back to the tower, then we'll jump into the 6th level. Alright, so into the 6th portal we go.
Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair, so we're going up against that dragon right there. So when you jump into this, you want to run down this bridge as quickly as possible because your power-ups are timed. So you're going to run out of power-ups pretty quickly, so you want to just get there as soon as you can and immediately start firing at him. So I'll give you a hint here right in front of this first rock. You can't see it, but there is a three-way shot. So this does a tremendous amount of damage because it multiplies the damage by 3 every time. So when he does the fire, that doesn't bounce back, but with that reflective shield, you definitely got to be careful. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to hide behind these. Once that three-way shot goes out, you're not inflicting as much damage. So it's all about timing here. Typically, you'll get 1 or 2 strikes before you have to retreat back to behind a rock. I'm not timing it super well here, if you can't tell. And when he stomps like that, it doesn't matter where you are, he's going to get you. So you don't have to worry too much about those. Although that one didn't get me. So the plasma trail does a lot of damage. So you want to try to do that. But when he gets low here, you notice that he picks up his pace trying to attack you. So I only have 565 on health right now. So he's got a decent shot of getting me here, but he's getting pretty low. So I gotta start being a little bit more careful. Alright, we should get him. Let's see. Also, if I actually shoot at him. Yeah, should get him right here. Got him. So when he goes down, you get all these coins that fly up, Midway coins. You want to grab all of those. You can save those for the next boss because the bosses get much harder as the game progresses. So this is one of the realms that's fully completed here, but there are multiple others. So still a long way to go before you get to Scorn, who is the boss of all bosses in this game. Alright, so you can see you got a bunch of gold, bunch of experience, level 14 right now for the warrior, so jumped up a bunch of levels as well. Alright, so that's going to do it for today. I don't want to make this too lengthy here. This was not even a quarter of this video game, and you can see how long it takes. It's definitely a super layered video game, and it's really cool that Midway actually put it out this long because arcade games at that time were not multiple hours long by any means. So they had that initial sort of setup where you put in your initials and you could save your character, you could save your progress in the game, even on the arcade version, which was really awesome because, you know, who had multiple hours at one time to stand in front of an arcade and, you know, navigate through the entire game? Not many people. That would be a lot of quarters back in the day. Remember the days of quarters in arcades? Now everything's free, and you know, we can play endless games on Raspberry Pis or different computer boards. We're definitely in a really cool time where we can relive all these retro games, you know, at a one-time cost of, you know, just putting together all the different elements that we need to emulate these games. So definitely my favorite game of all time. I definitely recommend it to everybody that hasn't yet experienced it, and it's really a lot of fun in multiplayer too. You can put together up to 4 players at one time. The challenges obviously increase with the more players that are playing because there'd be more people that are trying to kill you guys. So it's a lot of fun in multiplayer. I definitely recommend it. This is a game that I actually play with my son all the time. He loves it as well. So it's really cool to have that experience where you can play with the different generations and everybody can experience, you know, a retro game like this together. So that's going to do it for today. I don't want to go on and on too much here with this really long and lengthy game. But if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to do that. We do a ton of different episodes here on Forgotten Favorites. A new episode every Monday and Thursday night. So definitely subscribe so you stay in the loop for that. We also have a bunch of other content here on the channel. Definitely worth checking out for emulation, tutorials, product reviews, all types of good stuff. So definitely hit subscribe. Check back with us Monday and Thursday nights for more episodes. Until next time, I'm RetroPie Guy. This is Forgotten Favorites. Thanks for watching.